To any of you doubters out there that thought we didn't have the game in the bag, we were texting all throughout this game, and I kept telling people, yeah, Slim and Alex, I'm like, we got this in the bag. Even Slim told Alex, he was like, settle down, youngster. And we were just telling him, this is just a normal game. God damn, the cardiac canes are back. I think I'm putting in a request when I die. I'm going to put in a request that I get time served in purgatory for being a Miami fan. Jesus Christ, are you guys still alive? Are you?
Barely. And by the way, I'm the only one in the house that could make it through the game. Everybody else, done.
Like I told you, Slim, I was watching the game with my uncle, who we've watched Miami football our whole lives, and a lot of years if you add us together. He left right after halftime because it was like late as hell. He's like, man, here we are. We're back. I just had to text him. I'm like, oh my fucking God, we won. Oh my God, we won. I know he's like, probably going to see that in the morning, but wow, what a freaking game. Alex, you back with us?
Yeah. I fucking hate this team so much. But God, how did we win this game?
I think it's time for a renaming, because for over 10 years now, the game against Florida in 2003 in the Orange Bowl, which by the way was my last visit to the Orange Bowl before they tore it down.
R.I.P.
That's been called the comeback. Well, that one we came back from 23 points down. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have surpassed that. A new game has come to take over the reins of that title as the comeback, and it's going to be against Cal in Berkeley, where we came down from 25 to come back and win the game.
Was any of this even really real? I mean, after last weekend, and then after watching all the upsets today, did this really happen? I mean, pinch me, maybe wake up at this point, because I know we're going to get into a whole lot of bad that happened tonight, but at least let's celebrate for a moment before we get there. That's all I'm going to say.
Program announcement. If we're going to have salty Oregon fans in here, I'm going to need you to either remove your Crocs or your socks. You cannot be wearing both in this chat. Thank you very much.
I mean, there was like 3 different points where this game just fell over. The 2 biggest being the Cam pick 6, which was probably the worst decision I've ever seen a quarterback make. And then when they scored the other touchdown to go up 25. When they went up 25, I was like, this is 100% over. There's no way we come back from this. Literally the only reason I stayed watching and didn't go to bed is because I had to do this show. So in a way, thank you guys, and thank you, Mark, because otherwise I would have missed out on this, like I missed out on the Patriots coming back on the Falcons, because, I went to sleep during that game.
In response to that, Alex, I'm going to say that I actually said, wow, I'm going to stay sober for the post-game show. And because of what happened, I didn't. So thank you as well, Mark, for making me sit up and watching this. So welcome in, everybody. Thanks so much for being here for the Miami post-game live show. Thanks so much, everybody. Well, what a freaking game. Slim, bitch about it. Let's hear you.
Actually, I'm not ready to do that yet. I'm still in the middle of talking shit.
All right, let's talk shit.
Right now, there's only a few teams that can lay claim to 6-0 in the country. Alabama's not one of them. Georgia's not one of them. Even all the hopeful Tennessee fans are not one of them. And for much longer, neither are the Oregon fans, because that fraud team is fixing to get exposed by Ohio State.
Can you believe that Alabama lost to the Pigs? First time since 19
No. Tennessee lost to the Woo Piggies.
Yeah, Tennessee lost to them. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt. First time since 1984.
That's not a sentence I ever thought I'd hear in my life. Alabama lost to fucking Vanderbilt. Which did you see that quarterback after the game? He's a rock star. He was cursing up a goddamn storm in that post-game interview. He did not give a shit.
I remember buying I saved up money. I got this car. My grandfather loaned me some money, blah, blah, blah. And I bought a cool 300. It was a 300ZX Nissan Datsun. The reason it said Nissan Datsun is because that's the year it came out, 1984. And wow, that car was like I felt like it was old when I bought it. It was like my second car, 1984 in Vanderbilt. Big ups to Vanderbilt. And one other thing I will say is shout out to all the Cal fans and the Cal Twitter and all that for making that fun. That was really fun to read, the back and forth, and the Cal fans. Good job. Sorry we beat your ass at the end.
Now, I do have to give. I've made a point of ragging on this, so I have to give flowers where they're due. There at the end, Mario took a knee. Can y'all believe it? He took a knee to end the game.
Alex, did you ever think you would hear Slim saying Mario took a knee?
Wait, hold on. I think I see pigs flying outside my window right now. I mean, I was convinced for a second. I was like, is he going to take a knee or is he going to try to run this? But no, he sent them out there, victory formation. With all the new stuff that's been added to the playbook this year, I think that's the biggest play we've added. The fact that we can now take a fucking knee.
I mean, do you think he got advised to take a knee? Was that added in by somebody else, or?
I think
I think he did.
I think it was Michael Irvin.
Okay.
Well, no, don't forget. Mario said that in the preseason, in the off season, that everybody, including himself, had to look at what they were doing wrong and do something about it. Mm-hmm. Don't forget, Mario hired that guy to slap him in the back of the head and go, "Hey, dummy, take a knee."
Yep. Yeah, the guy with the clock on his, is actually looking at a clock.
Yeah.
Now, one thing
my vote for that was for Flavor Flav because he comes with the clock.
Oh, that would have been badass, man. Flavor Flav coming out there, that would have been awesome. Yeah, boy, you got to take a timeout. Coming in there, that would have been cool as shit. But okay. So talking about timeouts, so I was listening to Coach Coop. I was listening to this thing, and when we didn't call that timeout, we were looking at like the seconds were going down, 12.
When it was ticking down to the 2-minute warning.
Exactly. And everybody in the thing, and I actually sat there and I commented in there. You can go back and look if you want to. I commented, no, this is a good call. This is a good call. Take this timeout because you would rather be in a situation with 50 seconds and 3 timeouts than you would be with 1 minute and 12 seconds and 2. If
I agree with you. I agree with you. You essentially have 4 timeouts instead of 3.
Exactly. 2. Take a step back, take a deep breath, think about what's going on. I would rather be in that situation on, they're at third and 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, whatever they were at. I would rather go to that next situation and have 4 timeouts, like you're saying. So,
my thing with it is when you look at the situation we were in with what you're talking about, Brendan, it was 3rd and 7, and we're moving towards the 2-minute warning. If Cal, let's say we call the timeout and we save ourselves the 15 seconds, right? If Cal picks up a first down, then now we only have 2 timeouts.
No, I was saying not take the timeout. I'm agreeing with what.
No. Yeah, no, I agree as well. Like, I was like, it was smart not to take the timeout there.
Yeah, I watched everybody in Coach Coop's, stream. what the fuck? Why are we taking the time
Well,
out? What the hell's going on? And I was like, no. You're going to
listen,
sit back there
that's
and look
one of
at the
those
film.
things. That's one of those things. If it works, it's great.
Exactly.
If it
Exactly.
doesn't, it was a terrible idea.
I'm glad I was right. It's great to win, is it not, guys? Is it not out there? All you Miami fans, all my Miami family, is it not great to win again? But Jesus Christ, we can't keep winning like this.
No.
No, and I've seen a lot of people. You might as well get into the veggies of this show.
Let's go, Slim. Dive right in. Dip it in
Lance
that ranch
Guidry was
dressing.
not the problem tonight. Okay, it was a young secondary not sticking to their assignments.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and for all the people that want to point fingers at the refs for bad calls that went Miami's way, there were bad calls that went Cal's way too. Their second touchdown of the game, their running back blatantly stepped out of bounds, and nobody wanted to go back and review that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't call that weak ass hit at the end targeting though. I'm really glad. I mean, powder puff football at its best, we barely hit the guy, and they actually brought it back for targeting. So I'm glad they didn't call that.
Yeah, well, and listen, my thoughts on the targeting rules are, often lamented pieces of YouTube lore at this point. I'll just leave it at this. This is football, not ballet. Or in the words of Mario, this isn't Hollywood, this is ball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna plead the fifth on that one, and I'm just gonna take the Jared Goff approach when he was talking about the Saints pass interference. Did they call it pass interference?
Well, you know what? Screw that noise. Because if you want to be consistent about the rule, every rush that quarterback had, he led with the crown of his helmet. Every rush, every running back ever has, they lead with the crown of their helmet.
Well, you're crippled at this point. If you hit too low, it's bad. If you hit too high, it's bad. If you tackle the person, it's bad. I mean, there's only so much you can do in the heat of a moment, and then the receiver with the ball lowers their head, or the quarterback, they lower theirs. So now are you supposed to lower yours, and now you're going too low? I mean, the whole thing's gotten way too goddamn confusing.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, yes, you're absolutely right. Running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, quarterbacks, because defenses are taught to go low to avoid the targeting. Well, now they're going low trying to draw it.
Exactly.
So, listen, I've been against the targeting rules since the beginning. I understand the point in it. I do. Make better helmets if you're just that worried about it.
Or better rules.
I mean,
but spare me the whole song and dance of, oh my God, I'm so worried about guys in this sport, but I can go over here to another sport and wheel kick somebody into oblivion in the face, and we don't care about CTE over there. Or I can go into boxing and punch you as hard as I can in the head as many times as I'm absolutely capable of, and you don't care about CTE over there. Spare me.
Right. And there has to be like a little bit, like we were saying, I think right before we came live. That was my point. Targeting means that it is in the name, you were targeting something. That is targeting. That means you had malicious intent and you are targeting. That is where this rule started. So
right.
now
and
we have if you turn your head just these athletes can't change their mind halfway through based on what the other person coming at them changes their mind to. So the quarterback can lower their head halfway through a thing. You can't dive towards this person and stop your motion.
Well, we have some breaking news here, fools, if you'd like to hear it.
Oh, what do we got?
The ACC has released an official statement saying Wesley Bassin told the review people up in the booth that he didn't identify as targeting anybody, so it wasn't a targeting call.
Oh, well, good for good for him for not identifying as something that should not be identified as. I got you, Slim. I love it. I love it. Thanks for everybody though for being here. We do appreciate. We see a lot of people coming in here, even not Miami fans, just people showing up to support the show, and we do appreciate everybody from all our Miami family to all you other people coming in here and just supporting us. We really do thank you.
But no, to actually get a little serious about the game, as great of a second half as Cam Ward had, it was really the opposite in the first. And I may not be the only one that it seemed this way too, but he just seemed off. Like all the pressure that Cal was throwing at him was getting to him.
2 weeks in a row. Let's admit that. 2 weeks in a row.
This, like, Slim, you're saying he had a great second half. He had a great second half of the second half.
Right.
Because even at the start of that second half, I mean, he threw that pick six, and I know I said it in the back room. I'm pretty sure I said it here. I can't remember. But that was the worst decision I've ever seen a quarterback make.
Oh, that was a terrible decision.
Like I get it. You do it a lot where you throw back against your body, but you just flung that thing up there and it rainbowed down. What did you expect to happen?
And that's what I mean about him really seeming off in the first half. It seemed like everybody was having a high point every catch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what led to some of the drops.
And not just that, but I think he really got back into his element when he stopped trying to do the hero ball shit. Because there was a lot of times in that first half where he had the easy check down, he had the easy completion, but he just held onto that ball and kept scrambling around looking for the big play. And when he stopped looking for that hero ball shit and said, look, I've got a running back open in the flat, I've got a receiver open underneath the coverage, and just take what the defense gives you, that's when we finally started getting that success again.
Yeah, because it seemed like he calmed down in the second half and like you said, started taking what the defense gave him.
Yeah, because we saw what was working early in that first half. We saw Cal really dedicating themselves to try to stop going through the air, and we were able to run the ball. I mean, going into halftime, Mark Fletcher was averaging 9 yards a carry, which, side point, he needs to be the feature back. We've been saying this. I like Damian Martinez as a player, but Mark Fletcher fits a lot better what we're trying to do in the run game. And, I mean, you saw that run game working today because they were trying to take away the pass, and then you couple that with Cam trying to force shit and trying to be hero Heisman Washington State Cam, and that's what leads to you being down 35-10.
And Alex, can I touch on this right now? Alex, can I touch on this right now? Because that flows exactly into what a point that I had to make. Cam Ward has done nothing, and I like Cam Ward. I think he's wonderful. So this might be an unpopular opinion, but Cam Ward has done nothing but run around with his, telling everybody in the world that he's the best player in college football. And I like the confidence and I do like it, but I don't want his little, silly chant with the, the hands up doing the little thing to become our next turnover chain. So, I mean, at some point we got to look at it and be like, I hope he humbles himself just a little bit and goes in there and realizes he is part of a team. Otherwise, he's just be like another Florida State mercenary coming in trying to ride on the coattails. So I really hope, I mean, he's done great. He's came through at the end of everything. Might be an unpopular opinion. Maybe I'll get some hate, but yeah, maybe humble yourself just a little bit. Be a little more of a team player and get your shit together.
I would tend normally to agree with you. I would. Here's why I don't. Because that's not Miami's MO, and I don't think that's the kind of team he's trying to build, that Mario's trying to build. I think
Yeah, but
Mario is,
he's a 1 year player. That's the only thing I'm saying.
well,
I understand
and I
Miami's
get
MO.
your
You know
point
what
there.
Miami's MO is? Miami's MO is winning. That's why you can have that cocky attitude.
Well, right. And the fact that so far we're undefeated, no matter how you got there, is why he has that
I know.
attitude.
I see it both ways.
I do, and I'm not entirely disagreeing with you. I think the identity this that Mario is trying to make with this team, I think he's trying to model it after what drew him there, what Jimmy Johnson made.
Yeah.
And I think he likes the attitude. He likes the swagger.
I don't think he's only trying to model it like that, but he's also trying to. I mean, we saw it today on game day. He's really trying to model it after Saban at Bama, because he said it. He was like, "I went there and I learned from you." You know, talking to Saban.
Yeah.
Where it's you build these deep rosters where it's just you can have turnover year after year after year, but you stay competing and winning at a high elite level, and there's never any drop off.
I love the showmanship. I love the Miami I grew up with. I love the running down the tunnel, coming out with the six guns, ablaze. And I love the smack talk. I love the badassery of it all. I love I love it all. But don't jump ahead of yourself, and I think we've looked at that. Hey, we're 6-0. We're one of the only 6-0 teams in this country. There is no reason. How many top teams above us lost today? We've seen Alabama go down to Vanderbilt. Didn't they lose to Georgia State?
Vanderbilt. It doesn't even matter who they lost to. It's the name Vanderbilt.
So does that make okay? So Alabama, transitive properties. All right, let's talk about this. So if Georgia lost to Alabama, Alabama lost to Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt lost to Georgia State, does that make Georgia State the second best team under Georgia Tech in the state of Georgia?
Georgia Tech.
Wait a minute now.
Come on, I put some spider webs together for that one.
Georgia lost to Bama. Bama lost to Vanderbilt.
Yes.
Vanderbilt beat Virginia Tech. We beat Virginia Tech.
Yeah. So we're on par with Georgia State right now. So that's what that is up with.
Pretty much. Somebody else I've got to pick on today too, because they deserve it. Is the offensive line.
Yes.
That Cal pressure was getting home. Didn't end up with a bunch of sacks, but got a couple sacks, had a few tackles for loss, but the pressure was rattling Cam Ward today. And I think that's why he was high pointing a lot of balls in the first half.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because when they were really getting pressures, when they were coming in with those heavy blitzes, like bringing in 2, maybe 3 blitzers at a time along with the defensive line. And when Cam got comfortable and we were able to get back into this game, is because Cal took their foot off the gas defensively with that heavy pressure and just brought 4 and stayed back in that zone. Like that's really what killed Cal, because what was slowing us down in the passing game, it wasn't so much that their DBs were locking down our receivers. It was that Cam didn't have time in the pocket because it was breaking down from all the pressure.
Well, it was both because I mean it was clearly obvious to me. It was clearly obvious to the commentators. They commentated on it all game long. Those corners were blanketing the receivers all day. They really were. Um, Now, George started to find some holes. X found some holes when they got into zone coverage and weren't running as much man. Uh, and that's where the receiving core and Cam started to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think the outcome was just like, could you imagine being a Cal fan right now? I almost feel sorry for him. I mean, like, remember that Progressive commercial where the guy's like, yeah, you almost had it, like taking the fishing pole away with that dollar bill hanging down or whatever. And
you got to be quicker than that.
right? Wasn't that Progressive or
That was
one of
State
those?
Farm.
State no, but in State Farm they've got
It was State Farm.
no all
Yes.
State. Progressive.
Yes.
Progressive. You can't out boomer me on this one. There you go.
I am out boomering you though. Look it up.
All right, somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat. You almost got it. What is it? With the guy fishing. Come on, Slim. What was that commercial?
I remember it vividly because
it was not. It was not State Farm.
No, it didn't have flow on there.
It literally was. You're both wrong. You're both wrong. I remember it vividly because in that commercial they do the like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and then
and it's in the chat. It was Progressive.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Hold up.
All right. See,
These youngins do not know how to admit when they're wrong.
No,
they just don't.
No, Slim, they're not up sitting there late at night watching infomercials about what insurance will save them money.
And here's your problem, Alex. Unfortunately, you can't be correct because I identify as correct.
What does that say up there? State Farm commercial got to be quicker than that.
Good neighbors. State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much did my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done.
This ain't the commercial we're talking about.
I don't have State Farm, but insurance, find me money.
What is he playing? Is this some TikTok thing?
Look, it is.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
What was that? You got to be quicker than that. And what was that? The State Farm jingle. You got to be quicker than that.
No,
Like
that was some TikTok thing, man.
I think he's on here spreading mis and disinformation.
Yeah, I do too. I think you're going to get Mark Rogers' channel canceled over here, man, for spreading disinformation.
This is funny.
We have a Russian. We allowed a Russian bot on this channel. Really?
Vandy Dandy just said Vanderbilt beat the State Farm commercial.
Vandy Dandy, congratulations on your win, brother. Congratulations on your win.
Well, that was a good win, Vandy.
School.
Hey, and shout out to Vanderbilt. They decided to one up Tennessee. They marched that goalpost clear across town to throw it in the river.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
They marched it through Broadway.
They marched it right down Broadway and threw it in the river in Nashville.
And then the official Vanderbilt Twitter was like, "Where the hell is our goalpost?"
I mean, so on Twitter, hashtag upset Saturday, has been trending and everything. And I noticed that about a halftime through our game, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Here we are lining up to fall right into that. We're not there, baby. We're not there.
Hey, and fools, I didn't tell you this. You were saying earlier we were texting, and we were both telling Alex, "Listen, we have Cal right where they want them." I had a secret weapon that I didn't let anybody in on. That I knew Miami was going to win today.
Right.
Because today is my oldest daughter's birthday, and the Canes wasn't going to let her down.
There you go. All right. See that, Alex? The things you don't know.
Yeah.
My oldest turned 8 years old today.
What's up, Gutters? Gutters Pub in here. Yeah. Slim, maybe she's our good luck charm.
Okay, wait. I gotta say something. Um, there's one person in here that has made the same comment. I shit you not, like 12 times. Just, just complaining about us getting help from the refs.
Do we have a
Um,
Debbie Downer?
Oh yeah, Dreadnought Fear. Yeah, he was a contender for the Debbie Downer last week. I remember
yeah,
him.
I have 2 words. Bite me. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say to that.
How come I haven't seen any of their comments? I
Maybe they
don't
have you
know.
blocked.
Maybe, or maybe I don't read, mentally handicapped. Not
Hey,
exactly sure.
guess what? At the end, and I say this, and this includes when Miami loses, because Miami's been on the wrong end of this. There are bad calls by the refs built into every game that has ever been played or ever will be played.
Hey,
In the
anybody who thinks we haven't done this like for years and years and years and years, the three of us on here taking like licking our wounds, we're allowed to be happy every now and then. So
Well,
cheers.
listen.
Cheers,
I don't
guys.
care. I don't find something else to complain about. If you want to complain about the refs, I don't care because it is what it is.
I
If it
mean,
wasn't for refs, we'd have 6 titles. So, nah, I don't care.
you want to
Refs.
complain about the refs. Go ahead, but why were you even in that position anyways when you were leading by 25?
Look at this. We got Dave Brown, the Bourbon Hunter. Dave Brown is a Louisville fan. Good guy. Good friend of mine. He's
Dave
coming
Brown,
here.
didn't y'all just get blown out by something called SMU?
A
Like,
bunch.
y'all got blown out by our third string that
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even hack it here. Get out of here, Dave. I love you, Dave. I do. And I'm on. Hey, listen, I'm with you, Dave. I really am. Because I'm on. I just popped open a bottle of Maker's Mark tonight. So I'm with you. But you literally got blown out almost by the Island of Misfit Toys version of Miami.
I love you, Dave Brown. Love you, brother. Good to see you in here. Sorry about your loss tonight.
Yeah, Dave, I don't know you. You seem like a nice guy, but
He's super cool. Dave's a good guy. He's trolling. He's
no,
having fun.
no. I just gotta say one thing. You currently have Tyler Shuck as your quarterback, and he's a 6-year senior. And I just gotta say, it's time to hang him up, bro. You gotta put the fries in the bag. Go start working at the drive-through. This QB thing ain't working out for you, man. Because you, like Slim said, you just lost to the Miami Rejects. Okay, that's enough said right there.
Oh, now, Dave, I love you. I do, but you're going to make me not love you now because you're hating on Maker's Mark. And I will stand absolutely no slander or besmirchment of Maker's Mark.
Thanks, Cutters.
Also, LW wants to throw his hat in the ring for the Debbie Downer Award.
Oh, let's get LW on there. I love it.
LW deserves it.
What does LW say there, Alex? Read his comment.
That he deserves the Debbie Downer Award because Bama lost to the smart nerds. Dude, you lost to a baseball school. That's even worse. It's one thing
Can
to
you
lose to nerds.
believe? Can you guys believe we actually came back and won that game tonight? I mean, I done flipped the board at like 3/4 of the way through. That's amazing.
Gutters, it is a little bit past my bedtime, but just don't tell my mom, okay?
So I thought it went kind of good. Do you guys you got 20 minutes left in you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you say we, just in case anybody wants to come on and put their input in, should we drop the link again?
Yeah.
You good with that? I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Give me like 1 minute. I'm going to bring that up. Y'all take this over and I'll drop the link.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to bring up this point. If there was ever a time to have a bye week, I'm glad it's after this week with all the shit we need to clean up, especially with the miscommunication, the secondary, the missed assignments.
Well, and this
Everything
kind
that
of
went on
goes
with
back
Kansas.
to an old problem that I've had with the Miami fan base. that kind of stuff is what happens when you're forced to play young players. And I realized one of those was a busted play by some experienced safeties. Listen, everybody has busted plays, and that's really the only fault you can point to on guys like Mish Powell tonight. A lot of that was just due to young, inexperienced corners not staying true to their assignments. Because what was it? They put it up at one point, like midway through the third quarter. They had like 3 yards rushing. So the defense
Yeah.
wasn't entirely terrible. The front seven played well, but everybody knew it coming into the season that the back end was a little young, a little inexperienced, and somewhat of a liability.
Yeah, I mean, the stat was put out there tonight. Cal is last in the ACC in terms of explosive plays. Today they had 4 plays of over 50 yards, and I'm pretty sure 2 of them went for 60. I mean, just
Yeah.
that. I'm sorry. I know it's a young secondary, but that's unacceptable. That is. And again, I don't put it on Lance because, like the Jaden Ott touchdown where they leaked him out on 4th and 1, it's because Raul Aguirre, he has man coverage on Jaden Ott, but he decides to just blitz, abandons him, and he gets free up down the sideline and he scores a touchdown.
And that's exactly what I mean by guys not sticking to their assignments. And that was also the one I was talking about where he stepped out of bounds and they decided not to review that one.
Yes, he did. He did step out of bounds on that. Which
But
again,
once again, listen, the refs didn't catch it. So, for those trying to keep tally of the refs trying to save us, there's your one where they didn't. Which, once again, if the refs are trying to save us, all I got to say about that, about damn time.
yeah, I mean, I know people want to throw around that thing where it's like ACC is rigged, this and that. We've seen it in other ACC games with teams that have nothing to do with Miami. These refs,
Well, it's not just
fucking
ACC
awful.
refs, because that's all I've heard out of Tennessee fans is the refs. That's all I've heard out of Alabama fans is the refs.
Mm-hmm.
That's people's go-to excuse.
In
And
any sport.
we were talking about this earlier, and I think that's why they reviewed as much stuff in this game as they could, was to try to get everything as right as they could.
Yeah. And I mean, it's in any sport. You'll hear in basketball, it was like, oh, how could you call this a foul but not call this a foul? The refs were very one-sided tonight. Or in baseball, where it's like, how do you call this a strike when it should have been a ball? How do you call this a ball when it should have been a strike? In hockey, how is that a penalty? You're just favoring this team because of this and that. Like, it's a crutch in every sport because we've said it before, fan is short for fanatic. And when you're a fanatic, you try to latch on to anything so it doesn't seem as bad as to why your team lost, when sometimes it's just straight up like you're not the better team.
Are y'all
Sometimes
picking
you
up
just
that
don't.
background noise on my end, by the way? Because
No.
there's some
No,
coyotes going nuts in
no,
this
not
field
really.
across
But
from me.
Slim, I did drop the link, so we do have a caller coming in here. Let's see what happens. What's up, Hoghead? How you doing?
Hey, man, just got back to Tulsa via Fayetteville.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
how was that trip for you?
Oh, you were at
As
the
a,
game in Fayetteville,
yeah,
Hoghead?
yeah.
Okay.
Arkansas just kicked their ass, man. I mean, there's no other way to say it. You take away the first half of the third quarter, and they just totally dominated us.
Woo pig suey.
I
Yeah,
think the biggest surprise to me in that game was the way your defense played in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, I mean, our offensive line got whipped all game long, and our receivers weren't getting open. I mean, even when Nico did have time to throw, I mean, our receivers weren't getting open at all. I mean, Arkansas
Well, you
just
knew
took.
going into that game, Arkansas had a really good defense. I mean, look what they did to Oklahoma State and Ollie Gordon. I
Yeah,
mean, Arkansas has had a decent enough defense. And listen, I said this backstage, and I've got to own up to this. I didn't buy into the hype of Cal's defense and the way they were playing this year. I was wrong.
Yeah. I
Cal's
mean,
defense was good
well,
for a reason.
I tried to tell this Tennessee fan base all week long. It's easy to hold a team to 17% third down conversions when you're playing against air.
Yeah.
I mean, we got exposed tonight, and of course, once again, this amazing fan base got exposed. So, hats off to
Oh yeah,
them.
I've seen it on Twitter. They turned on Nico quick.
Well, Nico. I mean, he's not great right now by any means, but he's only a redshirt freshman. Or
I
he's really a sophomore. I
I
mean,
said
and
that, Hoghead. Going into the season, people were putting such lofty expectations on him. You see it all the time with guys their first year starting. It's like being a freshman, and they're going to make freshman mistakes.
oh yeah, I mean, they just well, Slim, you know how this fan base is, man. I mean, good God. I mean, I wish
Yes,
I.
Slim's a Miami fan. He knows all about
Oh, I
that.
know he's a Miami
Well, I
fan.
mean, listen. To be fair, I've drawn a lot of parallels between
Uh-huh.
Tennessee and Miami over the past 20 years.
Right.
Both of them constantly going through coaches. Both of them having problems with finding a quarterback that works.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I still like Heupel. I'm sure they're going to turn on him. I mean, but considering where we were 4 years ago when Josh got here, I mean, I don't know what they expect, to be honest with you.
Here's what I'm looking for, and this is, in my opinion, that this should be what Tennessee fans are looking for. When Miami loses a game, because let's not get it twisted, Miami's going to lose a game.
Not at the
Yeah.
rate we're going, man. I mean, we're comeback kings, man.
Well, and I get that. Listen, but
Yeah.
when Miami loses a game, take a Xanax, chill out,
Right. Yeah.
because I think it's obvious that you can see the direction that both Tennessee and Miami are heading in, and it's a better direction than they've been in the past 20 years.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the Florida game, I mean, I've been telling these idiots, why are you counting Florida as a win? Have you not watched that game the last 20 years? I mean,
I'm with you, Hoghead. I've said the same thing. I have seen what I thought were better Tennessee teams, and it doesn't matter if it's in Gainesville or Knoxville, lose to what I thought were worse Florida teams.
yeah,
And this is another one. I think this is a better Tennessee team, and I think Florida is worse than Tennessee.
yeah, yeah. But well, look at 2 years ago. What, Florida won 4 games and we won a BCS. Oh well, it's not called that. A New NY6 game. Excuse me. And we got out Knoxville by the skin of our teeth against those guys.
Yeah.
And they were throwing in the end zone on the last play of the game to win that game, and they were terrible, and we were very good. I mean, we weren't great, but I think you can make the case that 2 years ago we were very good. So, anyway, how's your guys' night been?
Our
My
night
night's
has been
great.
fantastic.
Fucking stressful as shit, but awesome. Also,
We
Yeah.
came back from 25 points down and won, Hoghead. So
Wow.
I mean,
Well,
I gotta say this real quick. During these shows, I'll scroll through social media just to see what people are talking about. I see a lot of people talking about refs save Miami, this and that again. I'm gonna say it again. You blew a 25-point lead. Don't blame that on the refs.
no,
no.
you can't blame blowing a 25-point lead on the reps.
No, 100%. That's
Um,
I'm surprised.
And I've tried to be fair and point to things that I think Miami did wrong all night long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised because the last time I saw a score, it was 35-10 Miami. So, I mean, or kept,
Well, we won 39-38.
yeah, well, that's good. I mean, congratulations on that, Slim. I'm sure it kind of, if you still have some leeway to mess up a game.
Hey, we get to talk smack for another week.
2 weeks.
Hey,
That's the way
We
I
don't.
look at it.
Oh, we have 2 weeks worth because
Oh,
we don't
2
play
weeks.
next
Yes.
week.
Yes. 100%. Oh,
We
yeah.
get to kick back all day Saturday and just enjoy everybody's misery on our bye week.
there you go.
Let me ask Hoghead something. Hoghead, and now I do like Tennessee. Tennessee has a soft spot in my heart. You know that, sir. But what is your record right now?
4-1.
We're 6-0, baby.
I should have known that was coming, Slim. I mean, Slim. TF, I should have known that was coming.
We
Oh,
6-0,
Lord.
baby. We 6-0.
That's good, man. 6-0, 6-0.
6-0, baby. 6-0. Well, Hoghead, man, Hoghead, we got one more caller, I guess, coming on here. We're gonna bring that person up. What do you got for us? What do you think about Tennessee? Sum this up for us, brother.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a lot of doable things out there, but it's certainly not a slam dunk. But we got work to do, and
Now, who did you lose to tonight?
Arkansas.
Who?
Arkansas.
Kansas.
Wait, you lost. Wait. You lost to who?
Shut up.
Now imagine Alabama fans having to say they lost to Vanderbilt 3 times. We got an Alabama fan coming up here in just 1 second. Hoghead,
Yeah.
we love you, brother. We love you.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to holler at you guys. I saw you guys on, and congratulations on the 6-0. 6-0 is 6-0, guys.
Exactly, man. And I love you too, man. I can't wait to see you again soon.
Okay. Yeah, go to my Facebook page, TF. I done a video on the last play of the game today, and it's on my Facebook page.
I'm definitely headed there.
All right, guys. All right, Slim. Congrats, Slim.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All good.
All right, see
Love
you
you,
guys
Hoghead.
around.
Good night.
See you
sir.
later, brother. All right. So speaking of Alabama fans,
Hello?
you're on
No.
the air, sir.
But before LW starts, I saw this on Twitter and I want to address this
I'm
real
sorry.
quick.
I'm sorry. I thought I called the Alabama Mental Health Hotline.
Kenson
I think
brings
I have
up
the wrong number.
Kenson brings up a good point. Talk about bringing out the oldest, most shameful trick in the book. You know what trick they pulled pregame? Oh, the AC's broken in the visitors' locker room.
Hey, big shout out to Gutters Pub there for supporting what we're doing over here. Thank you, Gutters. We love you.
Oh, look who else we have. We have Harley Dad. Well,
So
we'll let any
LW.
kind of riffraff in here.
I know anything and everybody up in here. LW, break down. I mean, we're all over here celebrating. So, do I need to cue off some of that, like in the arms of stranger?
Oh yeah, let's get the Alanis Morissette going.
I called in to talk about Miami football. I didn't even know Alabama played today.
Okay.
Oh, you missed that, did you? Okay.
Yeah. It's a bye week.
2024, baby. It can always be that.
He identifies this week as a bye week. Good for LW.
I love it. I love
Lord
it.
knows
Somebody-
the Bama players thought it was a bye week with how they played today. God damn.
Oh,
Well, not the offense. I mean, we only had the ball 17 minutes and scored 35 points. We averaged like a minute over a point a minute, but the defense, they could not handle. Alabama came into that game ranked second in the country in getting off the field on third down. It was like 11 out of 64. And Vanderbilt was 12 for 18 today and kept the ball for 43 minutes.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Dude, we killed our third. We were like 70% on third down coming into today, and we kind of killed that.
I mean, it was horrible. I don't blame the offense at all.
But we did go 3 out of 5 on fourth down, so I guess there's that.
See, LW, I got to get you to fill me in on what happened with the Alabama. Like, I missed that game today. Fortunately, I got to go to my parents' 50th wedding anniversary
Shout out to TF's parents.
tonight, which was really cool. So that started at 4:00. We had phones going. We were trying to watch games over in the corner. A couple of my brothers and I. But
Yeah, I'm about a week away from my Baker's dozen wedding anniversary.
there you go. That's 13, baby. That's 13. I told Mrs. Fools earlier. I told her, I said, God, we haven't even made it to 10 yet, but I already feel like it's 55. And she slapped me. So,
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, when you make it sound like a prison sentence like that.
I'm kidding. You know that.
Yeah. So, LW, how was your day?
Shitty, brother. But what about Miami? They won, right?
We won. We came back from 25 points down and won.
In the last seconds.
Hey, man. After losing to Vanderbilt, I'll just say this: a W is a W.
Hey, a W is W. But
I don't
look,
like.
I
all
mean,
this. I still don't like this stuff. I don't care what anybody says. People can poo-poo it all they want to, but Miami to Cal, the trip, all that back and forth, ACC on. I mean, I don't know. I don't like it.
I tend to agree with you. I do.
I think it hurts.
And I
both
think that
equally.
played a part. I think that played a part in the game, to be honest. I mean, if you think traveling literally coast to coast does not affect the game, well, then you've just never traveled.
And I one thing I will say is I do think it affects like those teams over there the same as it does us. Granted, this time it hurt us, but it hurts them. A 12 kickoff and 9:00 a.m. in these people's minds is going to adversely affect them just the same as it does us.
Well,
I don't think it's right. I think like all those games should be at 5:30.
well, and
When
you
you're
would kind of be the expert on this since you are the traveling fool. What kind of effect does it have on you to fly across multiple time zones like that?
I don't care who you are. If you got to get now, they're flying like jets and these private charters and things like that. So that makes a huge difference as far as going to the airport security and all that.
Yeah, and you're not stopping in like 4 cities to get there.
Right, exactly. It's not. I mean, they're making a 3.5, 4 hour flight, but still, your mind is trained to be. A lot of what we do, Slim, is we're traveling 24 hours. Like by the time we get there, I can't really compare that. But I do know flying east to west coast, you get there and you're like, oh wow, it's late, and everybody else is just going out. And I mean, it is a bit of a trickery. And I think it affects them. It's not something that plays into their benefit because it does affect them. Like I said, if you have a 12:00 a.m. kickoff, imagine kicking off at 9 a.m. Same thing.
Oh, I'm in complete agreement with you.
I mean, I'm in Central Time. I flew to Seattle once for like 4 or 5 days, and I was screwed up like for 2 days just for the 2 hour difference, and it got dark earlier. There's no way it doesn't affect. And you can look at the NFL. Like I remember, when Phillip Rivers was the quarterback for the Chargers, his record on the East Coast was terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I've kind of noticed that when Tampa tends to go out to the West Coast. play teams like the Rams or even the Raiders.
It does affect you. There's no way you can say. There's not even slim. I'll even say, let's take Slob Olympics. It was like an hour behind or something like that. I mean, even when you get there, like your mind is trained to one thing. Oh, you sit there and go, oh, it's late or oh, it's early. In your mind, you still feel that way. You still start your normal routine, whatever. At the same time, your body is adjusted to that. So it's gonna affect everybody. I don't want to bring that up with Miami and going over there and playing because I don't really like that. If you're in Miami and you don't realize that nothing even starts until 11, like they should, you can't tell me a bunch of college kids in South Beach, Miami, aren't going out there and saying, "Oh, it's 11 o'clock. It's late." Yeah, whatever. The bars are just now open,
Right.
so.
Well, and I mean, just for an example, look at game day today. When they interviewed Mario on game day, it was literally still pitch black out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think Nick Saban was awake. He was over there taking off his tie and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Well, I mean, he let Mario get away with cracking a joke on him. I mean, Nick Saban would normally never stand for that. He'd have thrown a headset or something.
All right, I do have somebody else in the background. I just noticed. Harley Dad is in here. Harley Dad, I'm going to bring you on right here. You're on the Voice of College Football. You're on the Voice of College Football. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I thought it was funny. LW didn't know that Alabama played today. Well, they didn't really play, but they were at the game, I guess. But
Harley, you streamed live on YouTube while Oregon played last night. You're not even a college football fan.
ouch! But you cut me real deep just now, bro.
And see,
It's not my fault they went on fucking so late last night, but yeah, they did win.
That's why I wasn't putting up with any mouth out of Ben earlier because the way Oregon's played this year.
Wait, you put what in Ben's mouth?
Yeah.
No. The exact
Hashtag
opposite.
cancel Ben. But
Words.
Yeah.
Just words.
So what do we think about the show? Harley Dad, did you watch football tonight?
I did not tonight. I did catch some of it earlier today.
So you're coming on here to tell us you have nothing to add to the college football conversation. You didn't see Miami's
like you don't even know me,
come back over Cal and win the game in the last.
But why'd they have to come back? If they're fucking 6-0 now, they were 5-0 before, and they had to come back and win. I mean, they won. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. We're 6-0, baby.
Back, though?
We're 6-0.
I mean, Cam said it. Cam said in the post-game press conference, an ugly win is better than a good-looking loss.
Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, right? Yep.
So
yeah, I heard a great philosopher said that.
Win.
So let's do this real fast. So tomorrow, just for shits and giggles, where do we think Miami will be ranked tomorrow?
Number one, the U is back.
No.
No, God.
The ranking is
the U is back.
I love you, Alex. God damn it. No, like realistically speaking, because I almost felt smarted a little bit last week when we dropped and Georgia, like everybody else, and we dropped a ranking. I don't care about the rankings. I would rather us be ranked 24th than win the ACC. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I do wonder tomorrow. Let's have some fun here. I think we'll be ranked 4th tomorrow.
No.
I was thinking 5th, honestly. The
The
ranking system is total bullshit. But sorry.
Well, Texas, either Texas or Ohio State.
Let's hear it.
That's some combination of 1 and 2.
Oh yeah.
Georgia will be 3.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Georgia lost to a team that lost to Vanderbilt and we're undefeated,
4 to 5 is very possible.
I'd say no higher than 6.
That may be where it is, but I'm just saying it's. I could see 4, especially with a comeback like that. the pollsters are going to look at that.
That probably would put it at fourth. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. Sorry.
Fourth, fifth. I mean, we should be there. We're 6-0. No matter how we got there, we are there.
I've never worried about rating.
I don't
rankings
care about it. Well,
in the
you
top-
would have had
with
to-
a 14 playoff, with a 12-team
Yes.
playoff. All you got to do is get the W.
Yes.
That's how you
That's
get
why I
the
said
W.
LW. That's why I don't care for 25th. I don't give a damn about it. But it's funny to look at and see the politics in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it gives us all something to talk and argue about. I mean, that's literally the only point in preseason ranking.
Oh, that's a good point too. Yeah, because again, the ranking system is absolute fucking bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. There's so much politicking in it. You know.
What was
Well,
Michigan?
and just
ranked?
like with the Heisman, there are people that vote in those polls that don't even watch college football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, most
it's all
of the people
about
on ESPN don't watch college football, except for the game day crew.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's all about brand and like sort of like I guess aura around a program. I mean, how many times have we seen Miami ranked in the top 20, coming off like a 7-5 season, and it's like, why the hell are we even ranked? Like, what is this? And it's just because we're Miami.
Well, and I said this in 2017, and a lot of Miami fans got mad about it. We were obviously not the number 2 team in the country. We all knew it. We wasn't going to say it out loud. We wasn't going to say it on the internet, but we all knew it.
I don't know. We've pissed off. I mean, being a Miami fan, we have managed to, the three of us, piss off many Miami fans along the way.
Well, listen, I
we
don't
love you.
discriminate. I piss off equally. So that includes the Miami fan base. Unfortunately for them.
Slim does not discriminate.
No.
Slim
And
ball
I
fuck
will-
around. Yep.
I will not allow anyone to even try and implicate anything otherwise. I'm an equal opportunist.
So, what do you say we wrap this thing up right about now? I think we've done a great job gloating over our wins and not
I wouldn't say
touching
great job.
on.
Sorry.
Well, you just got here. Not touching on our deficiencies, which we have a lot to talk about that. But
No,
God
we're-
damn it,
we
won.
did touch on our deficiencies.
I know, but not as much as we should have as far as our gloating.
Probably not. I'd rather gloat because I know it
Yeah.
annoys people.
Brennan, stop trying to bring me down.
We ain't bringing nobody down. So
Can I make
what do you
one
say we
request?
what do you
Sorry,
say we
Jeff.
end this post game show?
Yeah,
Sounds like a plan, man.
I got one last thing to say. To all the haters, the Virginia Tech fans, the FSU fans, the UF fans, anyone that really just hates Miami and stayed up to watch this game and bask in us losing, you stayed up to watch us come back, and now you're just eating shit, so fuck you.
Slim, what say you, sir?
Do me a favor because I don't have something to say, but I have something to show everybody. Full screen me if you can.
I got you, brother. I got you. Give me 1 second. I was on a different screen, but I can get back to that.
2002, 2003.
Don't be counting.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it.
Shut up, Wendy.
Brody.
Fucking talking bullshit in fucking chat. Go Bulls.
Slim, what do you got for us? God damn it. I have to figure this out.
It's not that hard, DF. Come on.
Well, I know it's not. But no, you don't realize how many different shows, how many different like things I have on this.
Fair enough.
So I have to go like this and bring Slim up. All right, Slim, we got you right here. There we go. Let me take this down. Thank you very much, Harley Dad, for the $5 super chat.
No worries.
Really do appreciate you helping the show. And
Look at
you're
that
up,
sexy
Slim.
motherfucker right there. What's up, Slim?
I am. But actually, just to expound on Alex's point, for all the people that stayed up late, I have a gift for all of you. One of these.
Only one?
Only
No,
one.
no, no, no,
The
no.
only one I have to give.
Fair enough.
Brandon, put me on camera real quick.
Oh, God! Now we're fighting over it. All right.
He can have it. I've said my piece.
And he spoke in sign language for
All right.
hearing impaired.
What is he going
So
to show?
now we
Pinky
have.
toe?
Yeah, I'm totally breaking all this. So sorry about that, guys. But we are bringing Alex up right now. And
We'll get him up then. So,
why is this
bad
so
choice of
damn
words.
hard? All right, Alex.
This is what
Slim.
happens when you put a boomer in charge of the show.
Yeah, exactly. See, boomer. There you go.
Yeah, Slim may have had one. I got two. Fuck you. Go Canes.
But they're backwards. They're backwards, bro. You literally
Well,
just
this is the only way I
yourself
can do
off.
it. This is the only way I can do it.
No, you flip them around. Sorry.
But I'm doing the
I mean, it
U.
was pretty lame.
That's the whole point. I'm doing the U with the middle fingers.
Well, you
All right,
have
guys.
to
Thanks a
explain
lot
that
Now I
for
get
tuning
it.
in.
Now I get it. Okay.
Yeah. We have had a great time right here. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you sub up to the Voice of College Football, all that jazz.
Wait,
We
don't
love
I get a
all
last
y'all.
thought?
No, go Canes, motherfucker.